Hello, everybody. This is Angel Arts, and welcome to another Let's Interview one of the finalists for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter tabletop campaign that I will be doing very, very soon. We have another finalist. This is Mr. Cleff,
Hello, everyone.
and Mr. Cleff has chosen Kiwi to be the guest interviewer today. Kiwi, as many of you know, has appeared in both the Pokemon Spectrum campaign as well as the most recent Mass Effect Season 2 campaign. And I'm just going to let Kiwi run the show from here. So, Kiwi, it's your show. Go ahead.
Great.
Okay. So the first question would be, what got you to tabletop in the first place?
Well, uh, I've always been interested in tabletop because I love acting and getting out of my skin and into another's. It's just something real cool. But what really got me was a girl I liked. She wanted to start playing and she didn't know how. So I think I'm gonna learn how just to impress her. And I did. And after that, I got really hooked up. I started going with my friends and saying, "Hey, you, see this? It's really fun. We could try it." And that just led to I have now a play group, and we start joining, and the experiences, the fun we have together, is just amazing. That's what really got me.
I think the obvious joke that I could say is you're the very first person I heard who got into tabletop gaming to get girls. But I can't actually say that because I actually know several couples, some who are married now, who actually met through tabletop gaming. So that joke I don't think applies anymore.
Another question I guess I would ask, since this is a Wizarding World campaign, is what do you like about the Harry Potter universe? What got you into that too?
Two things: uh, the characters and the world building. I start. Well, I'm somewhat young, so what first thing that I saw about the Wizarding World was the movies, and those were great, 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 great. But then I thought, yeah, the movies are really good, but everyone says that the books are better. So I started reading them and reading them, and I just felt in love with the world the writer had made. Uh, Everything is so fantastic, so detailed, things that I didn't even think about. She wrote and made it specific. Harry, Hermione, Ron, they are so good characters. They are alive, and it just got me. And after their story ended, I didn't wanted the world to die. So I kept going and kept going and kept going, and that's why I love this world. It's magical.
It really is. Um, I guess we could delve into your character too. What was your character creation process for Juan?
Well, for one, I started thinking. Harks say it in the video. He wanted to see how the world was for everyone else, everyone that wasn't in Britain, in that part of the world. So I started thinking, uh, I'm Mexican, and I haven't heard about any Mexican wizards. So I started researching it. The only thing that I think it's talked about Mexico is that we were in a Quidditch game that ended very, very bad. And I thought, yeah, that's not the best representation that we can have. So I started thinking about first a cool name. That's like the basis. And after I got the real cool name, Juan Diego de la Rivera, I started thinking, what can he do? And I just started basing some things about me into him. Uh, like his family. I really care about family, so I thought he can make family very important to him. It's not. We know that family is important in the wizarding world because of Harry, but he didn't have one. I thought this can be really good. I really like the idea, and I started going from there. And transfiguration is a very interesting branch of magic, and the changing of things can be a very good parallel, that he is very good at changing everything that isn't himself. And that led me to Juan Diego.
Mr. Clef, if you were able to invent or imagine what the wizarding world culturally would be like in Mexico, whether it's their traditions or whether it's the food or if it's the spells or if it's the way that their school systems run, if you could imagine what the wizarding world is like in Mexico, any aspect of it, what would you imagine?
Here in Mexico, we stand by tradition. A lot of us stand by tradition. And one thing that really got me, I thought, weird, it's that Mexico doesn't have like its own school. And I thought it weird because in the past, we were one of the biggest countries in the prehistoric era. And I was like, if magic exists from then, we should have had a lot of magic. And Mexico has a really interesting religion with birds, snakes that fly and have feathers. And this, I thought, those could be magical animals that they actually have them. So I would think that they have a really interesting set of magical animals, and that they really care about how they use their magical properties. And they kept, if not everything, a little bit of the way things run in pre times. A lot of religion, but more centered about magical creatures and the incredible things they can do and how they can use them. Treat them not like gods, but like sacred animals. Uh, it's so diverse. I can't think about like any magical food that we don't already have. Uh, yeah, that's the culture I would imagine. Roots, pre-Hispanic era, uh, going and still showing. It could be a little out of time, like you walk into the past, into a more jungly kind of spaces. That's how I imagine it.
When you were talking about food, I was thinking how the churros sort of looks like wands.
Oh,
So I was thinking that maybe they had their own version of a churro that was magical in
magical.
some way, like with yeah. That was just something that I just thought up off the top of my head.
Yeah, I
So
think
Yeah,
I think J.K. Rowling said something about like licorice wands being able to do lights like
yeah,
limited number of spells. So I would imagine like something like that would be possible.
right. Maybe they have like every flavor churros or something like
magic
like
flavored churros.
every flavor. I don't know. I'm just
Get it ready to light your way and then eat it.
that's yes. I love that. I like that.
What do you expect this campaign can bring you?
Me or my character?
Both?
Well, for me, I've always loved the role playing about the tabletop role playing games. And I've seen Hark's games. They are so rich in that aspect. And I just want to know if I can, what I can do with such a DM. How can I improve? What things can I come up? And well, I think I am pretty decent, but with Hark, I think I could grow a lot. And for my character, he has so much potential, to me at least. He's lonely, but he wants to prove himself. What I will want to, to happen to him is that he will be forced to really interact with people and discover what kind of person he really is. Like when he doesn't have to control himself because he's in family, he will be very angry, if he will be very tolerant, charismatic. He doesn't really know, and I would like to see how he will develop in without the ties and eyes of everyone he knows around him.
I guess we could be ready to go in the in character portion.
This is when it gets interesting.
Yep, this is the fun part.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
So it's I would say this would be around third year at Ouagadougou for Juan. It's a very special week because every year there is a college fair where all the schools, I guess, present the schools.
Present themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a very interesting meeting this year because every large school, all of the 11 large and prominent schools in the wizarding community are there, which brings a lot of children from all around the world. And Juan has been volunteered as one of the people representing Ouagadougou. So
Okay.
along with some other kids, he tends to, I guess, the Ouagadougou booth, answers questions to kids and parents about the classes and the courses that are offered there. And I guess it's around early afternoon. It's almost done, and everyone's starting to get a little tired. There have been many questions. One can see a pretty young kid. If you could, like, if you could estimate, would probably be first year. Going around and with a flying quill behind them and asking questions to delegations from other schools. Except they seem to be having some issues with some of the teenagers from the delegation of Durmstrang, because you can't really hear what they're saying from here. With the mocking smiles on their face, it doesn't seem like they're answering seriously, and you can probably guess why, because that child is dressed in a very muggle way.
Well, if I could first make sure that there isn't like any people coming to my booth, and after asking one of my friends to take my place for a while, I will go take a stroll and get near the Durmstrang booth to see what's going on. I wouldn't like go straight up, like, yeah, but like more of a carefully, like trying to listening to what's happening, trying to decide if I should get in the middle of all of this.
Yeah, and you can start to overhear what the child is saying at that moment. What kind of classes exactly do you offer at Durmstrang? And one of the oldest teenagers, one of the ones with that mocking smile on his face, looks at him and goes, "Why do you need to ask? It's not like you'll ever be accepted here."
Inside the mind of Diego, he starts seeing this same scene, but replaces the little kid for his little brother. So the only thing he can do is, this time he goes straight to the booth and gets near the child, squats, and says, "Hey, don't waste your time with this. You want to see a real school? Come with me."
Oh, you're from the... Yeah, that was the last school I had to interview students from, so that's great.
Perfect. Come on. And I try to give my hand to see if he wants to take it.
He takes it.
So with him in my hand, I start to going towards my booth and I give a last look to the Durmstrang kid. It's like of contempt, and I lead him to my booth. When we get there, it's like, here it is, my school. So, here we are. What kind of questions do you have?
First of all, I'm gonna start real quick. I'm Skylar, and I'm from the Saint Denis Magical School of Quebec. It's kind of small, so I've been sent here by the journal to ask questions about the bigger ones because we don't have that kind of experience here. So, and it's really cool.
It's nice to meet you, Skylar. I am Juan Diego. You can call me Jay. It's easier.
That doesn't sound like a name of someone from Uganda, though.
You're right. You're very smart. I'm actually from Mexico, but I'm like an exchange student. I got a scholarship and they sent me all the way to Uganda.
That must be so cool! Being in a whole new country?
A whole new continent. Yeah, it's really cool, and everyone is so nice here. It's a little difficult to adjust, but once you do, I probably bet that you would do better than I.
Would I? And he looks back at his questions. He has little notes. I see Guagado is known for transfiguration, and a lot of their students are anime guy. Are you one too?
Well, come on, get close. I'm gonna tell you a secret. That's a work in progress, but a lot of my classmates want to know what it's formed into. And that's a secret, and I'm not going to tell you because I trust you.
Okay.
I'm trying to become an eagle. That's my secret.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah, soar through the skies. Something I love. And the classes of transformation and transfiguration are so excellent. Couldn't be in a better school.
Yeah, I can imagine. What's it like?
It's like you enter the classroom and you start seeing chairs, tables, and then suddenly you have teacups, buttons, a cat, a tiger, and there's no longer any chair or any table, and everyone is just trying to compete to see who can make the most interesting change. Everything is always changing up there.
I like that. Do you have any role models in the magical society? The wizarding community?
Yeah. I have two actually. It's a very bit cliche. My mom and my uncle, they are my role models. incredible wizards, but most importantly, you should know this, incredible people. It doesn't matter if you're good or not with magic. It matters how you treat everyone else. If you're good, then you're good.
Yeah. Why do you think people act like that towards, wizards that didn't know they were wizards?
It's because they're stupid. The world has changed, and people like you, like some of my friends, if you have the gift of magic, it doesn't matter where you come from. Your past doesn't matter. What matters is the future. They can't see it. That's why they'll be stuck in their past. The only thing that matters is what you choose to do with your gift. It doesn't matter where you came from.
You're very kind.
It's the least I can do.
I don't think I have any more questions.
Are you sure? Come on, give me everything you have.
Could I write to you?
Of course. Of course you can. I will be very happy to see your letters. I'll be waiting for them.
I'll send you a copy of my school journal.
Oh, please do. I really want to see that. It was a pleasure to meet you.
And
And scene. Yes.
Hi! Hello, everyone. My name is Juan Diego de la Rivera, and why am I doing this? Okay. I've just had a really big change in my life, and I don't know if I can do this alone. All of you will come and see me, and hopefully we can better ourselves. I mean, I need you. It will feel very good to not be alone during this whole thing. I hope you're watching, and thank you so much for considering me. Diego says goodbye.